So you're thinking about a career as a beauty salon attendant. I'll be honest, when I first hear that, I think, okay, scheduling appointments, keeping things nice and tidy. But the sources you sent, especially this RoleCatcher career guide, it paints a much more dynamic picture,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Way more than meets the eye. We're not just talking about basic administrative stuff here. This is about really mastering customer service and in a fast-paced environment that's always changing.
The guide actually uses the words mastery level, and that really jumped out at me. What makes it so demanding in your opinion?
Well, think about it. You're not just juggling appointments, right?
Sure.
You're juggling personalities. You have to walk in, or rather the client walks in, and immediately you have to read their energy. Are they looking for a chatty experience or they want to just kind of zone out and relax? And you have to tailor your whole approach to each person. That takes some serious social perceptiveness to pull that off.
And you are the face of the salon, right? The first and last person the client sees. So you're not just providing a good service, you're kind of like a brand ambassador. The RoleCatcher guide even mentions sales being a part of this, like recommending new products or services to the clients.
Exactly. It really is this fascinating blend of, well, you need retail savvy, you need that hospitality side, and dare I say it, a little touch of psychology. You're creating a whole experience, building relationships, and hopefully influencing those purchasing decisions, which, when you look at it like that, it kind of explains why the guide predicts an 8% growth rate for this field over the next 10 years.
8%. Wow. That's huge. It sounds like the beauty industry is booming, and this role is right in the center of it all. The pros and cons section of the guide is really interesting. What stood out to you?
The flexibility is a huge draw for a lot of people. Setting your own hours, maybe even working from home as you build up your own clientele, that's a level of autonomy you don't see in a lot of jobs. And of course, we can't forget about the creativity involved. Even if you're not the one with the scissors in your hand, you're still surrounded by style and trends.
You're right there alongside artists and innovators. You could see it all.
Yeah.
But of course, no job is perfect. The guide mentions the physically demanding parts of the job too.
For sure. You're on your feet a lot, and let's be real, difficult customers are just part of the game when you're in a client-facing role, right? The guide really emphasizes tact and patience, that ability to kind of de-escalate if you need to, especially if someone's not happy with how their new look turned out.
So emotional intelligence, just as important as organizational skills in this job. It sounds like you really need to be adaptable, resourceful, and, well, just really good with people to really succeed as a beauty salon attendant. So we've talked about what makes this job challenging, but what about the potential, right? That's where this RoleCatcher guide gets really interesting, I think. It lays out like a whole path from entry-level attendant all the way up to senior attendant. It's not just a dead-end job.
It's definitely not a dead end. And what's interesting is as you move up, you start to gain all these skills that go way beyond just the salon.
Like what kind of skills are we talking about?
Okay, so let's say you're a senior beauty salon attendant.
Yeah.
You're probably managing inventory, which is huge in any retail setting. You're probably training new hires too. So you're basically learning how to be a manager. And get this, they even have you working on marketing strategies.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So you're not just, following orders. You're actually coming up with ideas and contributing to how well the salon does.
You got it. You see firsthand what gets people in the door, what services are a hit, what makes them open their wallets, and that is valuable intel no matter what. Could be running a salon, maybe it's a boutique, even if you're doing event planning.
Whoa. It's like a business boot camp, but in disguise, right? You're picking up all these essential skills without even realizing it.
Now, that is a great way to put it because it really is like entrepreneurship, but kind of hidden. You're making those connections, you're figuring out a specific market, and you're developing the sense of what people actually want.
And speaking of different paths, that alternative title section in this guide was pretty surprising. I mean, okay, manicurist, esthetician, those make sense. But it also lifted weight loss consultant and personal stylist. What's the connection there? How do those relate back to being a beauty salon attendant?
Well, at its core, it's all about understanding what the client wants to change about themselves. Could be their hair, their body image, their whole look. A good attendant knows how to get them there to that goal. It's about really listening to what they need, coming up with solutions, and helping them feel confident, empowered.
So it's not just about selling a haircut or a facial or whatever.
Yeah.
You're selling confidence, right? And that ability to connect with someone on a personal level to inspire them to make a change, well, that's huge. And you
Yeah.
can take that anywhere.
Absolutely. It's what makes this job such a great starting point. With the right attitude, some ambition, the possibilities are endless.
So we've seen that a beauty salon attendant, it's not just a job. It's like a stepping stone to all these different paths you can take your career.
Yeah.
But how does RoleCatcher, that platform we keep mentioning, where does that fit in? Seems like a lot more than just your average job board.
See, that's the thing about RoleCatcher. Pun intended, of course. It's not just about finding a job, period. It helps you build like an actual game plan for your career. Let's say you start out as a beauty salon attendant. RoleCatcher can help you use that experience, those skills, to go even further.
We've actually got 3 different sources here, all about the platform. The RoleCatcher website itself, a review from someone who actually uses it in the beauty industry, and this is interesting. It's an excerpt titled, "Beat the Automated Recruiter." What do you think is the biggest takeaway here for someone listening?
To me, it's that RoleCatcher gives you an edge. You know what I mean? We're living in a world where it's all algorithms. They're scanning your resume before a real person even sees it. And honestly, that can be super discouraging.
Oh, I know it. Sometimes it feels like you're just tossing your resume into a black hole.
Right. But what RoleCatcher does is it kind of, I don't know, it helps you crack the code. They've got this AI thing that analyzes your CV, but it's not just looking for keywords. It actually gets what specific skills the job needs. Then it helps you make the connection between your experience, even if it's not a perfect match on paper, with the jobs you actually want.
So for our beauty salon attendant, RoleCatcher could help show off those transferable skills, right? Customer service, sales, even those management skills we were talking about. And it presents them in a way that would make sense to, say, a hiring manager at a boutique or an event company or something.
Exactly. It's like having a secret weapon, especially because sometimes it feels like the whole job market is designed to just like eliminate people.
Yeah.
That excerpt, Beat the Automated Recruiter, it gets into how RoleCatcher basically helps you speak the AI's language so you've got a better chance of standing out.
Like a personal branding expert, but for your resume. It's taking everything you do, all those little interactions you have as a beauty salon attendant, and it turns it into something these computer programs can understand.
Yeah. Now, that's a great way to put it. And it doesn't just translate, it'll actually show you if you're missing some skills and then point you to resources to help you get them. It's like a roadmap and a toolbox all rolled into one.
This has been a fascinating deep dive, really. We started with what some people might see as just a simple job, but look at this. There's a ton of potential, and we've got this powerful tool to get us there.
You know, it's funny. What really sticks with me is how much this job and this whole platform really come down to human connection. As a beauty salon attendant, you're forming relationships, figuring out what people want, and helping them feel good. And RoleCatcher, in a way, it's kind of doing the same thing, just with your career, connecting you with the right opportunities to make your goals a reality.
Makes you think, what if instead of beauty salon attendant being a stepping stone, what if it was the end goal? Like with some hustle, a real passion for the beauty world, and everything RoleCatcher offers? Just imagine what you could build from there. Maybe it's your own salon, or you build up a network of beauty professionals. Makes you realize there are tons of exciting possibilities here.